Hello, welcome back to Crochet the Beginning. This, I believe, should be part 26. And this week, last week we covered how to increase and decrease on the corner to corner blankets or dishcloths as we were making them. Well, I got to thinking, and I think I mentioned it last week also, you might like to know how to make a rectangle. So we're going to cover that today. I have my dishcloth set up. Oh, I think I had something on my lens there. No, still don't know what's going on. Um, so I have my dishcloth basically the width that I want, basically this way up here. So basically, all you have to do in this is since we want to start going this way only, and we don't want to decrease on both sides, we just want to decrease on one side. So all we basically are going to have to do is we're going to decrease on this side and increase on this side. So I will go over that with you in the hands-on video part. And then from there, you guys can take any type of yarn that you want to use and make rectangles, make squares, pretty much any size that you want. I have seen some people who have made king size bed blankets, corner to corner, like this. Personally, I have never made anything that big. I don't really think that I could maintain my attention that long. I mean, right now I'm working on, Toast is over here trying to help, working on, let me find the right side, this behemoth for JR. And JR loves bright colors. Toast, you're not helping, sugar. Thank you. He loves bright colors. So when he saw the neon stripes at Walmart, he fell head over heels. He's like, "Oh, I want a blanket. I want a blanket. I want a blanket." And until he could pick out a pattern, I didn't agree. It gives me a headache. Ugh. But anyway, so that's knit, by the way. This is crochet. So basically, in order to do this, all you need to have is your corner to corner to the width that you want it. Like if you're going to make a scarf or something, you just make it the width that you want. And there will be a pause in between my opening, which is this right here, and when I start doing the hands-on. So that way you can pause it, get to this point, and then pick right back up with me, okay? So I will be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so I'm guessing you have something by now like this. And remember, Toast is over here trying to help with my yarn again. So if you see it moving off the side, it's just Toast playing. Normally he doesn't mess with my yarn, but today apparently he's decided that it sounds like a fun thing. Okay, so I am here getting ready to work my last tile in this chain 3 space right here. So now, when you need to make a rectangle, all it basically is you need to increase on one side and one side only. So I'm working the last tile here. Apparently Toast has decided today is really the day to play. I don't know if you can see the yarn being tugged and pulled over here. Okay, so I just worked the last tile. And here, play with that. It's shiny and it'll move, Toasty. So basically what I want to do is I want to make this go this way longer. So basically what I want to do is increase on this end right here and decrease here, so that way it makes that line, makes that straight line going this way. So what I would suggest to do, once you do this first one, it should become quite apparent as to which one is the increase and decrease. But until we get to that point, take a stitch marker and just go ahead and mark that last double crochet right there. And that will sit here and tell you that, oh, okay, when I come to this side that has this stitch marker, that tells me that is my decrease row. Okay, so then we just turn the work. And now, like we do for when we were decreasing on the square, we do go ahead and decrease here. So we slip stitch across all the entire way across. Don't forget that chain 2 space. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I usually in this situation, I just crochet in that little spot. Now, we have done, that is basically the first tile. Okay, now if you want, you can move this stitch marker right here and put it, in that first slip stitch that we had, like that. Now, Onyx, what do you want? Apparently, instead of the dogs pestering me today, it's going to be the kitty cats. So now we are back to working just the normal tiles as we go across. And so let's work these together as I get right here. So slip stitch into the next chain 3 space or chain 2, depending on how you do it. And then chain 3 or chain 2. I usually just chain 2, and when I made this one, that's what I did. And then 3 double crochets in the same space. I am sorry if lately I seem like I am just scatterbrained. It has been it has been a little crazy in this household right now. And apparently my headphones have decided that since they have no sound coming from my computer or anything, they're going to randomly shut down. So if you have a pause in my talking, that's the problem. Yeah, we have not replaced my headphones yet, my mic and headphones yet. With me not working a normal time job, money is a little tight, which is fine. We make it, we manage. But so that just means that things are prioritized and a new headset is not part of the budget. So we're just continuing to make tiles as we go across. I will say, though, that since I am no longer working my normal job, my seizures have gotten a little more under control. I am a lot more rested than I was. Not today, but my stress level has mostly gone down quite a bit. Right now, we're just having a little bit of issues with the disability, but that should work itself out. But my seizures are more under control. and such. Give me just 1 second, please. I'll be right back. Okay. So I apologize on that. My mom just called, and apparently we've misplaced something, and she was hoping I had it. And she called enough times, my phone decided to say, battery level high, Bluetooth connected. Okay, let's try this again. Sorry about that. My mom called. She's misplaced something and thought I had it, and I don't. So back to what we were doing. We are just picking up, making tiles until we get to this side over here. Yeah, these videos are real life. I don't, you get to live the chaos that I live. I never proclaimed this to be professional or anything like it. If you don't want to see how life is, I'm not the video person for you. For crying out loud. There's one. There's the other one. And my coffee. You get real life with me. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, so I've got 3 more tiles here. So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, how I'm doing. My seizures are a bit more under control. I have a little bit more oomph to do things. My pain level has gone down just a smidge. It's still very painful, and I still pay for doing things, but not as bad. I'm not walking around like a hunchback. Because there are some days the pains are so bad I'd be doubled over. So in that situation, it has helped immensely. Do I miss my job? Oh yes, I miss my job quite a bit. I miss my coworkers. But I had to think of my mental health and my physical health, and that job was not doing it. But according to JR, they have not replaced me. And the nights that I worked alone, one of the other people are coming in, and I'm sitting here going, okay, you couldn't have done that when I was there. But, what can I say? All right, so we are back here. And as you've noticed, are you back, Toast? If you're wondering, oh, he just ran. Now I'm upside down. Yeah, messy desk. You regal thing. Toast is an orange cat with the lack of brains that most orange cats have. Okay, so as you remember, this side was going to be the decrease side because we are wanting this to go this way because we turned and went this way. So we want this to go this way. We want a rectangle, okay? And I realize now I should have made this smaller so that way I could get across each way quicker. Oh, well. Okay, so we decreased on this side. We're decreasing on this side. So that means we need to increase on this side. Okay, so turn the work and chain 5 or 6 depending on how you're doing it. And I lost count already. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Okay, and if you chain 5, then you will double crochet into the 3rd chain. If you did 6, you'll double crochet into the 4th chain. So remember, we are just making another tile here. And apparently my yarn and hook are not going to cooperate with me today. This is actually increasing on these and adding into this, honestly, is the trickiest part for me, because it always seems like that little chain there just doesn't want to cooperate. We are going to set something to be running in the background of my computer and see if by chance that makes my headset stay on, because I don't know about you, but it's getting a little annoying. So maybe if it thinks that I'm actually listening to something in the background, my headphones will stay on. Apparently me talking to you is not enough. Okay, so we added an extra tile right there. And now we are going to go ahead and just make tiles the rest of the way across until we get to the other side. And since I don't want to bore you or make this a very, very long video, I am going to pause my recording and then I'll be back with you before I make that last tile. Okay? Okay, so now I'm back over here and I am ready to apparently put dog hair in my stuff. And I'm ready to decrease on this side so that way I only increase on this side. So in order to do that, all I have to do is go ahead and slip stitch into that chain 2 or 3 space that we had. Okay, you may have to shift your stitch marker around. Mine's gotten in the way. Okay, and then turn. And then as per usual, just slip stitch across the tops of your double crochets and that chain 3 space. And then start in on the tiles. And if you see, you have a corner right here. Okay. So you'll just continue to do that every time you come back to where this corner is. You will do a decrease on this side while continuing to increase on this side. Okay. So that is basically how you just make the rectangle. You just keep doing that. You decrease on one side, on the same side each time, and increase on the opposite side each time until you get the length that you want. Okay, now this can be used to make a scarf, make blankets, anything you want to make a rectangle out of. It's quite simple. So that is how you do that. Okay. Now, I do have some quick little things that I would like to go over with you real quick, if you don't mind. If you've paid attention to my blog, to my Facebook post, you know that I am going to be making a giant comfy cardigan, is what I call it. It's called the faux knit cardigan, and I really like it. I think that it will be basically just what I want. I can't 100% promise that I am going to, let me think here, use that stitch pattern that they used, but I fully intend on trying to. But I will say this. I would love for you all to come with me. This is the pattern right here. let me turn off that light there. So this is the pattern that I'm making. It is a bulky weight cardigan. And this is another view of it. There's the sides. That's the back. It's supposed to look like a knit stitch, but I'll be perfectly blunt with you, I don't see it. But I really like the look of the textures, and I like the looks of how, like my main problem with crocheting a cardigan or a sweater is everything's usually done in horizontal lines. And if you're a big person, horizontal lines are not what you want to look for. But this one, I like how, yes, it has horizontal lines, but it also has a nice vertical texture look. So we're going to be making this, and I am just using this Mainstays Cozy Chanel yarn in a super bulky weight in a gray. That's all I'm using. I honestly am just going through buying a skein every time I go grocery shopping. That's it. They do have a kit that you can buy, but for me, I don't necessarily need the kit. I just needed the yarn. So I just bought the pattern because I already had the hook. It uses an end hook. Big old boy. I already had the hook. I just needed the yarn. So what I'm saying is that for a while, basically my videos are going to be me working on this, because honestly, and I don't mean anything bad, but I am not getting any feedback from you guys on things that you would like for me to go over or anything. And honestly, I am running out of ideas, because I have basically already given you everything a beginner needs to do. So if you want me to cover something specific, you need to leave a comment below, either in the YouTube or on my Facebook page. All the links will be down in the description. Because honestly, until I come up with ideas of what to teach you or go over with you, I don't have a video. And honestly, trying to figure out what to go over with you guys is stressing me out a little bit. I'm sorry to say, but it is. And I am really trying hard not to have stress any more than what I create naturally. So basically, starting next week and on, we are probably just going to be going over me making this cardigan. There have been a lot of people who have made it. They have changed. You can see here, I use Ravelry, RAVLRY, I believe. I use Ravelry for almost all of my patterns. And so there's that. All this, I purchased my pattern through there. And a lot of people have done this. I really do like how it looks. I think it'll look really good in the gray that I have chosen. And it comes in a big range of sizes, from XX small, extra small, all the way up to 6X. I am actually going to be making mine longer than what she has in here, because I'm sorry, if I'm going to have a big comfy cardigan, the sucker's got to be long enough to cover my butt, and I don't have a small butt. So basically what I'm saying is, there may not be too many new how-to videos for a while until I come up with some ideas. But I will be starting this. So, and if you want to join me while I make this, then I will also have the links to the pattern, and you can purchase this from Lion Brand, and purchase the kit. And the kit can even come with the hook and yarn. Or you can do like I did, just buy the pattern and then buy the yarn separately. But this is what I'm going to be making. And since I want to keep making videos for you, I figured we just, as I go through little tips and tricks in making it, I figured I'd go over it with you while I did it. So next week, I will be going over how I get patterns ready to be worked up. Okay, I'll go over what I do with the yarn, how I mark the pattern, especially if the pattern has several different sizes like this one does. I don't think I can make this any bigger, because this one has extra small all the way up to 6X. So I will be showing you how I mark my patterns, stating to show me what counts, what stitches, and all that I need to do for my size. And I will go over that with you, and I will make sure that we have everything that we need in order to get this started next week. I may even have a swatch of the stitch done, just to make sure that I like the stitch. Because if I don't like the stitch, then I won't make it. And we'll probably be converting stitches, aka using the same pattern, but I'll change the stitches. We'll see. I'm hoping that I like the stitch and it's enough to keep me occupied. My problem is if something's too simple, my brain gets bored. If it's too complex, my brain gets tired. I think it's ADHD, but my doctors say I don't have it. I don't agree, but what can I say? So next week, I'm going to be starting this. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Like I said, the yarn I'm using, I get it from Walmart. It's a Mainstays Walmart. This is not going to be a top-of-the-line cardigan. This is just something for me. I keep my house cold in the winter to save on costs. My house doesn't get usually above 66, 68 degrees in the winter. So we bundle. We have blankets, we have cardigans, we have sweaters. Well, I love my current big cardigan, but it's a little fuzzy, and I keep finding fuzz in my projects. And I have enough to do making sure that the dog hair and the cat hair aren't in my projects. I don't need to worry about fuzz. So this Chanel yarn shouldn't fuzz up on me. And so basically it's just a Walmart special Mainstays Cozy Chanel yarn. It's really soft, which is, if I'm going to be stuck wearing it and I'm going to have it up around my face or my neck, it's got to get through my skin senses. If it doesn't feel right on my skin, I won't wear it. So I'll be perfectly honest with you. I need like 9 of those skeins for my size. I have 4. But with 4 of them, I should make a pretty good headway, and I will continue to get more as things progress. There is no dye lot on this color, on this yarn. And for me in this situation of what I'm doing with it, I really wouldn't care even if there was a dye lot, because if it didn't match, it wouldn't be a big deal to me. Because again, I'm just wearing this at home. I'm not wearing this out in public. To me, bulky weight sweaters don't always look good on bigger people. And I'm not trying to shame anybody. You wear whatever you want to wear. I don't care. Bulky weight items do not look good on me. I will guarantee that. They do not look good on me. So if I was going to make a cardigan to wear in public, I would do it out of worsted weight or fingering or DK weight, which is a thinner thread. Um, Worsted weight is this size. It's a thinner. This is part of a ball of JR's blanket over there. But this is worsted weight. It's a lot thinner. Hold on a second. Where's my beginning? You can tell looking at these two. Let me get out of the black and get to that's a little easier. If you can tell just by that, that's the difference in thickness between the Chanel and the worsted. But like I said, I'm just wanting something that is going to help keep me warm in the winter. And I know that winter is mostly over already, but for me, it doesn't matter. I'll take it for next winter. I work on blankets and sweaters and everything year round. I don't have it's this season, so you got to make this. I don't do that. But yeah, so next week we'll go over how to start, how I get my patterns ready to be worked up. And I will try to go ahead and have a stitch sample set up of this faux knit here. Because usually they always have a gauge swatch. So I'll probably, for this, since it is going to be a cardigan, I will probably go ahead and do that gauge swatch. Yeah. So we'll be doing that next week. And once again, if you have something that you want me to go over, please comment down below or comment on my Facebook pages and let me know. And I will happily go over anything that you ask me. If I don't get to it that next week, then it usually means it's something that I am not completely comfortable with, and I'm doing a little more research and practice with it, and I will get it out for you. I will go over it with you. I am not trying to gatekeep anything, I guess is what it's called. It's just I am running out of ideas. And so if I can't have ideas, then I run out of things to talk about and do. And I don't think you want to sit here and just listen to me ramble on and on and on about things. Because 9 times out of 10, due to my pessimistic nature, it's going to be complaining all the time and nobody wants to hear that. But this video is already over 30 minutes long, so I am going to cut it down. I'm going to cut it off now. So come back and join me next week when we start going over how to get a pattern ready to be made. Okay? Or at least this is how I do it. Have a wonderful week. Happy crocheting, and I will see you next week.